Whatever the world throws at you, take it on.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Be unstoppable. The all-new 2015 Ford Edge.
Coach, we'll open with your initial impressions on a game that your team led until 6 minutes, and it seemed to coincide with the Bigs getting in foul trouble, but the momentum shifted the other way.
Well, first of all, let me just give God all the glory for our team this year and the outstanding season we've had, and for how hard these young men have worked, and give them all the glory for that. Yeah, I mean, I thought we played the last. We were in foul trouble a lot in the second half, and it just seemed that they were going to the free throw line every time, and it's we were just we're just in foul trouble. And when you're in that much foul trouble, you have that many people foul out, and your best players they're on the sideline, and you're having to go. You're going with your other guys that are working hard, but we just couldn't finish it with our best people. And I think when that happens, it's really tough to overcome. It was really hard to overcome. But Augustana has a very good, outstanding team. They played very, very well. I give them a lot of credit. It was a very tough ball game, and it was just a very, very hard fought game.
We'll start with Michael Harge as the point guard. Michael had a career high 26 points tonight, also had 7 assists, and in scoring his 26 points, he surpassed 1,000 points for his career. Michael, just talk a little bit about the game from your perspective. As Coach mentioned, EJ and Ramon on the bench late. It seemed like you came down and had a hand in your face and just answered with threes.
I mean, try to do all I can to help my team come out victorious, but I mean, it was a little short. But at the same time, it really hurt with EJ going to the bench and all our bigs being in foul trouble. It really hurt us a lot, but it's a game of up and downs, and they just have more ups than we had.
EJ, you had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist on the night. Talk a little bit about your play and the play inside as well.
Well, first I want to give thanks to God for letting me, be on this team. I want to thank Coach Richmond for recruiting me to meet the players that I met. As far as the game tonight, I feel like my team wanted me to get going. I tried to get myself going early. I hit a couple shots, covered in foul. I was looking for some of my teammates to pick up some slack. Chance came in, did great. Knocking down shots, get back on defense. I just feel like we just came up a little short. Had a lot of calls that go our way, and sometimes they don't. So,
Questions for the Texans? Right here in front.
Creighton Raps Hero Sports Coach. You're alluding to some of the foul problems that almost affected you from the get-go. I believe it was Chambers had 11 points early on in the game, and then he ends up sitting almost the start of the second half with 3 fouls. Your thoughts on that?
Well, you saw the game, and you saw how it was, how things went. I really don't want to comment on the officiating. It's just when you have that much, when you're in that deep foul trouble, you're going to have a hard time overcoming it.
In the back.
Coach, your comments on Jakob Domster and his performance off the bench?
Yeah, Jakob has been with us for 4 years. I thought he went in there off the bench tonight and gave us all we have. I don't think I've ever seen him foul out of a game, but he did. I think he did tonight, didn't he? I'm looking down. 4 fouls tonight, so he went in there and played his heart out. I'm very proud of him.
Right here in front.
EJ, when you get that 3 pretty early in the second half and put the team up by 10, did you feel like the team was in control, or then soon after you get, I think, your 4th foul, did you kind of lose offensive rhythm being on the bench that long?
Yeah, when I hit the 3, we had a great crowd. I want to give thanks to the Tarleton crowd that came out and traveled to support us. We had a great crowd there. When I hit a shot like that, puts up by 10, big shot, crowd getting into it. Who wouldn't get amped, with the crowd? And 4th foul. Like I said, I have a lot of faith in the depth that we have on our team. So when I go down, I feel like we have Xavier Smith coming in off the bench, and he's a great player all around as well. So I was shook up a little bit about catching that 4th foul and sitting on the bench, but then again, in the back of my mind, I feel like we practice hard enough to where we can get through this.
Michael, he kind of touched on it, but can you talk a little bit about the experience of playing in Division II and so many big games and these type of crowds that you got to play in tonight and what it's meant to you to play for the Texans?
I mean, for the Texans, I feel like we probably have one of the best fan bases in the country. And I mean, we feed off of them, and I feel like they feed off of us as well. And I mean, we tried to. It was hard to get in the rhythm with the fouls being called, and it was just really hard to get in the rhythm.
Coach Reisman, just tell us if you can put in few enough words what Michael's been to the program the last 4 years.
You know, Michael came in and you know, he really worked hard as a freshman and sophomore year playing behind an All-American and Chuck Guy, and was very patient, and then came in as a junior and took his spot and did a great job for us leading us the last 2 years. You know, there's not many players. He's been to a Final Four and he's been to Elite Eight, and there's not a lot of players that ever get that opportunity. And so, very proud that he had an opportunity to see what an Elite Eight and the Final Four is like.
Go ahead.
Coach Ian Frazier with the Argus Leader. You know, with Dan Jansen being out on offense, were you trying to go, you know, at the hole that he left in their defense, his size down low?
Well, I think we tried to just stay with our game plan because we really didn't know until game time whether he was going to play or not. And so when we saw he wasn't, it's hard to, you know, we stayed with our game plan. We felt good in our game plan. I think we had, you know, we were up at halftime with what we were doing, and had a lead late, and you know, we led a lot in the second half. And so, but give them credit, you know, I thought that you could tell that their team played together and they hit some big shots.
Coach, I know you talked about Mike and EJ and Jakob. You also have a couple other key players for the past 2 seasons who will be graduating. Talk about their impacts on the Tarleton program.
Well, you know, Malcolm Hamilton's been with us 2 years, and he's done, you know, he's really grown. He's really gotten better. He's helped us win a lot of games. And there's another young man that came in and had a chance to play in 2 Elite Eights and an Elite Eight in the Final Four. And then, you know, Charles Hill came in and transferred in from TCU, and you know, and he had a chance to play in the NCAA tournament for the first time. And I think that meant a lot to him to be able to come in and be a part of our program and have, you know, take some memories away. He had a great year, and we had a great, you know, we won the South Central region, and when we got here, and you can't take anything away from how hard it is to get here and compete here.
Go ahead.
Coach, their defensive strategy was really about packing it in and forcing you guys to, you know, take that jump shot, and that was working for you in the first half. Cooled off a little bit in the second half. Do you feel that you did a good enough job, you know, forcing the issue, forcing your game, you know, the lobs and cuts to the basket?
Well, you know, we in the first half, you know, we played, you know, we shot 42%, and we shot about 40% the second half. You know, I thought where we got hurt a little bit was they had, you know, they had some tough rebounds they got against us and on some second shots, and again, you know, it's just hard to overcome. It's hard to overcome the free throw situation.
Brad, this will be the final question.
Coach, 6 Sweet 16s last 14 years, 4 Elite Eights in the last 12 years. Just how do you feel about where the program's at now, and how some of these guys really have contributed to that?
Well, you know, we've had first of all, Brad, I have a great staff that works. You know, I'm very fortunate to have the staff that I have, the assistant coaches. They do a tremendous job. And then we have a great fan base that you know, really supports us, and I can't say any more about what I appreciate and how they've supported us. And then we've had outstanding players over the years, and so you know, it's something special we built at Tarleton State. It's a tradition. You know, we continue to win year in and year out, and hopefully we'll continue that tradition next year as the season starts again.